Okay, y'all, I got an update on the proof of vaccination that's going to be needed on the northern border starting in January. Yep, I got an update. If you remember a couple videos back, we talked about the Department of Homeland Security easing the restrictions on non-essential traffic across both borders, right? Now, let's review. Starting in November, non-essential travel between the borders can start, but you'll have to have proof of a vaccination for COVID. That's non-essential, right? But in January, that's going to be needed, proof of vaccination needed for non-essential and essential travel across the borders. Well, the Canadian Trucking Alliance, the CTA, put out a reaction to this new policy that the Department of Homeland Security is going to enact. They said it's going to be a disaster. And here's the reason why. 70% of all trade that goes back and forth between Canada and the United States, 70% of all trade comes across the border in trucks and trailers. That's a lot of freight. If you know, I don't remember how many billions of dollars they talked about it being a year, but 70% comes across there. Also, the CTA said that of all the cross-border operations, Canada has 120,000 drivers that do the cross-border, and the United States has 40,000 drivers that do cross-border operations. Now, they predict if this policy goes into effect, that 25% of all the drivers, of all those 160,000 drivers, will quit doing cross-border operations. That comes out to approximately 38,000 drivers. Now, you think the supply chain's having problems now with the ports being slow. Now, the difference being the ports, I think, are slow not because of a truck driver shortage, but because of a worker shortage, getting trucks unloaded off the boats and getting them into warehouses and things like that. I think there's lines at the ports of truck drivers waiting to get in and get a chassis and get a container and get out of there. But this, on the northern border, this will be 38,000 drivers that they'll be short, okay? And the guys from the CTA said they can't even handle the amount of freight that they have now with the drivers that they have. They need more trucks. And we talked about in the last video about the United States being 80,000 drivers short in general. So you take 38,000 more people off the supply chain, it's gonna be, you may not get stuff for next Christmas, right? And another issue I see happening, even if this policy goes into effect, and even if no drivers quit, how are they going to enforce proof of vaccination? Okay? Are they going to just take your word for it that the little piece of paper that you show them is true and authentic, that you have been vaccinated? Or are they going to have to come up with some kind of system, like a barcode system, that all these, when you go get your vaccination, this is going to have to be, your proof is going to have to be registered into this system to where your barcode will show you have it? Or is there going to need a seal? I don't know. You know, the day you're seeing this is on November 1st. This is the day it's coming out. They want this policy to go into effect in January. 2 months for the federal government to ramp up a system to check 160,000 drivers coming back into the United States for their proof of vaccination. I don't see it. We need some smarter people coming up with something on this. Maybe actually trust the science for one thing, and then be reasonable. We need some more adults in the room. Anyway, that's the update from Canada. Go down in the description, check out all my links. Send me an email, that's down there. Check out the SIA employment website, that's down there. Subscribe to this video if you will, if you have not already, and like this video for me, and we'll see you later.